It's Thursday, March 1st. Welcome to Pastor Bob Daly. Several of you have written in and asked what I thought about this latest school shooting that looks a lot like Columbine did a few years ago, where this average kid, and people said he was average, a little on the edge, some people called him goth, took a gun to school and killed a few people. And people were stunned. They said, we didn't realize that he was that kind of kid. He seemed like very normal. The neighbor said he was a very good kid. Scholastically did well and helped him around the house and seemed like his life was together. And then they looked into it and found that his parents were divorced and really had very little to do with their lives. The grandparents were trying to raise the three kids, he and a brother and a sister, and lots of problems with the family. Well, what makes a young person carry a gun to school and shoot other people? And I'm sure that's a question we'll never really have answered. But there's a few things that I'd like to suggest. First of all, you never know what's going on inside of somebody's head unless you really ask them and get a little deeper with them. And sometimes we just need to do that. And secondly, people with creativity, people who don't like to be in the box, really need an opportunity to get outside the box and to function there. Now, I know that because I'm one of those people. And you know, the difference between me and him, basically, is that I come from a great family. You know, my parents are still married after almost 62 years now. And very supportive family, even though I understand that I wasn't real easy to parent. I was always outside the box, always the strangest and biggest hairstyle. You know, always those things that made me a little different than everybody else. And I know at times it embarrassed my parents. And they told me sometimes, there were the times when I was younger where I had the forced haircuts, when I really wanted to look like the Beatles. But I also remember those times walking side by side with my father when I had this huge afro. I mean huge, it was this big. And I remember him being just a little bit embarrassed walking next to me. I could see it in his face, but he did it anyway. And I really believe that one of the reasons I'm in the ministry today and the kind of ministry that I have is because of their unconditional support. That's the first thing I think we need. And second, we need an outlet to do what we do. Now, I've always been a rock and roll person, rock and roll, heavy metal, always have been. And I like a lot of different styles of music, but I like things that are a little out of the box. I like styles that are a little out of the box. You can't tell by looking at me at all. You know, my piercings, my tattoos, my hair, my clothes. But those things are important to me because they really express who I am, and I am a person that's very outside of the box in my thinking, in my style, not in my faith. I'm pretty in the box in my faith. I really am pretty solid in my biblical beliefs, and I'm fairly conservative, actually. But you see, I found an outlet. I enjoy Christian heavy metal. I've worked in pioneering this particular music, one of the pioneers, for a very long time. And I enjoy it, and I'm still doing it today. And one of the reasons that I still do it is because it really fulfills a need that I have to be outside the box, a little bit different. And I enjoy being around people that are like that too. What happens if you're the only one? You know, I think about that with this guy. You know, what if he was the only one? He went to a smaller school. There probably weren't a lot of other people just like him. What does he do? You know, I encouraged you a few days ago to mentor people who need some help. Can I get a little more specific today? I think we need to mentor people who are a little on the edge. Those of you that are on the edge, you need to mentor some other people who are too. Because the chances are that they're lonely, they're looking for an outlet, they're looking for someone to help them and someone to identify and understand them. And once that begins to happen, folks, their lives change. Let's prevent more of these from happening. Let's not have another Columbine, another school shooting. Let's not see another quote-unquote goth or metal guy go down the tubes, because all of these have that style in common, as far as I understand. Let's really reach out to people who are different and encourage them not to become like everybody else, but encourage them to find their niche outside the box and begin to function. And you know, all of us can find that, and there's a lot of things outside the box that are important to do. So if you're outside the box today, you don't need to get in the box. You just need to find a way to be creative and to function and to feel at peace with yourself in it. God bless you. Have a great day.